But who's been brainwashed here? The biggest achievement in life for most people is to mortgage a house. What are you happy about? You've bought a debt.
There's not a kid who just suddenly thinks, right, I'm going to do this.
Well, I was a kid that had no money that wanted some money.
And that was it.
That was literally it.
In the whole time of you doing business, what's the most important thing you'd learn?
Fly straight. You have to fly straight. If there's something that feels a bit funny, say it. Just say, look, this feels a bit funny. Do you know what I mean?
What's your favourite watch of all time?
If I had to wear one watch every day, it'd be a...
Really?
Yeah.
What is going on, people? Welcome back to the CEOCAST, the #1 podcast for showcasing business and entrepreneurship. Today, or around this sort of time, we've hit around 250k subscribers. Bitcoin's up. I think today is the perfect time to celebrate and buy myself a watch. And I thought, while we're at it, let's actually do a podcast too with the person I'm going to get a watch from. So I'm here with the one and only Danny the Jeweler. What's happening, mate?
All good, bro. All good, you right?
Yeah, not too bad. We're having a good day.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So you are the CEO, owner of The Secret Garden.
Yeah.
Right? So before we go into any sort of watch selling right now, tell me exactly what you do, how you set this up, when you set it up, and then we'll go into everything else.
So the Secret Garden itself's been set up for 5-6 years now. We come into Hatton Garden from Bromley. We had a shop in Bromley, Winston Jewellers. Closed that. Went into Hatton Garden.
Okay, so the one in Bromley wasn't even Secret Garden?
Nah.
Okay,
Nah.
why did you go change from that one to Secret Garden?
Yeah, it was getting busier. Things were going well. So we wanted to get into there. We're amongst it a little bit more. So moved to Hatton Garden. First of all, we got one of them little stalls in the arcade.
Yep.
So we was there for about a year.
Yep.
And we realised we was already, because of the Winston's brand, going into that, we was a bit too big for it. So then we had to go forward. We had to decide whether we wanted a shop, like a shop front, similar to like A Jewelers, Vault, people like that, or what we've got. So at the moment, we've got like a showroom. Yeah. So, and the reason we chose the showroom is because in Winston's, which was just a shop, we used to get a lot of people coming in just to look at stuff, take pictures, take Snapchats, things like that. So we decided for the showroom, so it's more of appointment based. We know who's coming in, who's leaving. Yeah. And then we've done it about 5 years.
So it's almost like a private thing.
Exactly.
You can only come by appointment.
Yeah. Very chilled. Yeah. We have a pool table in there, and it's like, yes, it's
more of a nice environment. So it's kind of, you know, if I was to selling watches in here, it'd kind of be like that. You come by appointment only. And chill out. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. And what made you want to get into watches in the first place?
I didn't actually want to get into watches in the first place. No? I fell into watches.
How does someone fall into watches?
So I used to buy a couple of watches off a fella at a shop near me in Sydenham in South London. Yeah. And he owed me a little bit of money. So I said to him, look, I can see you're doing well here, but you're not very good at money. He had a few problems, gambling problems, things like that. I said, let me help you, and at the same time, you'll help me. And that's how I started it. It was literally, just fell into it, really.
I just realised I'm being very rude. How am I turning up to this podcast with a watch dealer with an Apple Watch on? Let's change that right now.
Yeah.
Put a quick rollie on, do you know what I mean?
What is this one?
Just a Datejust.
Nice, smooth, nice.
Yeah, smooth bezel. Only reason, fluted, got gold. So can't really wear it. That's another thing we're going to get into as well, the whole gold thing and all that sort of stuff. I suppose while I've just pulled out my watch, let's see what watches you've got, because I'm pretty sure you've got 2 cases here with you.
I've got 2 cases. One case is just to sell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell you something out of that case.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
And the other one, I bought a couple of little bits, a couple of special bits that people like to see. A couple of heavy bits, a couple of rare bits as well. Yeah. Just to show you what we got, what we deal with, what kind of watches we deal with. So what do you want to do first? You want to do the sexy ones, or you want to buy a watch quick?
Right. Okay. Just give me average price bracket. That box, the average price bracket per watch
is gonna be 75 grand.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what we're not buying. We'll come to what we're buying in a second. I suppose let's look at the sexy ones first, just to manifest it.
Cool.
So what we got?
So I'm gonna start off smallest to biggest, I'll say.
Yeah.
Let's start with the stainless steel 5726. Let's have a look at that. Because I might be able to push you into that. 250 subs is a lot, do you know what I mean? So we should
it doesn't mean we've got 250 bags to spend. That is beautiful.
That watch is 75 grand retail at the moment.
75 grand retail?
Yeah.
And what's off market, grey market?
So the actual retail from Patek is like 45 grand.
Is this the normal size for Pateks?
Yeah.
It's quite small, isn't it? In terms of face.
Yeah, 40 mil. Yeah, so stainless steel.
As mentioned to you on WhatsApp this morning, you've got to bring a couple APs, and I see an AP right now that I would love.
This is one of my personal favourites.
Yeah.
And I was actually speaking to young Az about this yesterday, because people don't like it because it's a 39 mil. Yeah.
That is.
But it is sexy. It for my opinion, it's better than a 41. It sits better on your wrist. It is.
Just rose gold, yeah?
Rose gold. Ain't got the big bar that goes across it in the gold, so it ain't a conflicts of gold, yellow gold, rose gold, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and he was saying the same thing. He prefers this watch, but he's got the 41 at the moment.
Yeah.
But we're not talking along the lines of, do you know, like people only want the 41 now because of a bit of ego involved, things like that. No one really wants to wear the 39 because if someone's standing next to them with a 41, but once you reach a certain level, you realise.
I'll be real, that is. So this comes in stainless steel, right?
Stainless steel as well, yeah.
Bro, this is 10 out of 10. The weight on that as well. I know I shouldn't be wearing it right now, but I just need to just see what it looks like. Skeleton, yeah?
Skeleton,
so
yeah.
AP skeleton, that's what we've got right there. How much does that retail for?
About 85 grand.
And grey market?
So when I say retail, I mean my retail.
Okay, your retail.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I sell them for about 85 grand at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a discontinued watch, you can't buy it. I think it was retailed from AP originally for about 60, 65 grand.
Danny, we got a problem, I think I'm in love.
Yeah, we'll get you the stainless steel one, no problem at all.
And then God, what's the last one we got there?
So there's two more. There is this watch is quite rare. I was going to bring you a really rare watch. I've got a watch, a Rolex Space Dweller. I actually couldn't get into the safe. There's only 9 of them ever made, but we own one of them.
What's a Space Dweller?
Yeah, no one's heard of it. Yeah,
Will I find it on Google?
Yeah, you'll find it. GQ's done an article on it. We brought it to a few other jewelers that have done articles, DWL, people like that. So
Rolex Space Dweller, yeah?
Yeah, Rolex Space Dweller. It's like an Explorer, an old Explorer, 1950s model.
Yeah.
9 of them was made originally, and we happen to own one of them. We actually own the only one that's for sale in the world. The rest of them, no one knows where they are.
This?
That's it, yeah.
So how much is that?
So that is actually would be my watch, the watch that we got in stock. So that watch last sold at auction for 140,000, and it's stainless steel, 36 millimeter.
100 what? So so just if you said anything about Space Dweller, or the fact that it's limited, if you said stainless steel, 36 mil, there is no way I'd be able to put a price tag on at 140,000.
Well, that was the last one sold 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
So yeah.
Okay, so you can only imagine what the price is now. How much are you selling your one for?
It's not really for sale at the moment. We are going to put it into auction soon. So we are going to take it to market soon, but not yet.
Okay.
We're just enjoying it at the moment.
Interesting.
This one here is a gold. I'll let you show the camera. Gold Rolex Daytona.
Yep.
And with an emerald diamond dial.
Factory set.
Zenith movement. Again, ticking loads of boxes. Rare watch. Lovely watch. Older watch. I do love
Daytonas as well, you know that.
Yeah, Daytonas are probably the best of the Rolex, to be honest.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see the boys there getting up. They just want to have a look at the watches.
And last not least, the big boy.
Yeah.
Tech 5980 rose gold.
That is beautiful as well.
Being a CEO isn't just about making tough decisions, it's about being at your very best every single day. That's why a lot of CEOs trust Sunnah Supplements, the world's first halal supplement brand. From halal collagen to electrolytes, Sunnah Supplements formulates products to help you perform at your highest level. Whether you're leading a company, a family, or simply yourself, Sunnah Supplements should be your partner to help you achieve more. The products are literally crafted to fit your lifestyle, your values, and your ambition. Every single ingredient is backed by science, and every single product is halal certified. And every formula designed to help you become the best version of yourself. And here's why I love Sunnah Supplements, because every single sale they make, they donate a portion of it to charity, which is something I deeply align with. So I'm not just buying products that fuel my body, but I'm also buying products that align with my values. With over 50,000 customers and having just launched in the USA, be sure to join the movement today and use the discount code CEOCAST for 10% off. Or I'll make this even simpler for you guys. Scan the QR code on the screen right now, which will take you directly to the website. And once again, when you're checking out, use code CEOCAST to get 10% off of your order. What an absolutely bloody bargain. So I want to thank Sunnah Supplements for A, sponsoring this video, but B, helping me become a better person overall.
See, Patek, I'm not going to say I've never been a fan of Patek, but at this moment at my point in life, I do love Patek. I love the look of it.
Yeah.
As for owning one, I'd rather own like an AP for same sort of price bracket. Like I'd rather own that AP skeleton there over this Patek sort of thing. Yeah. How much you say this was?
That retails at the moment for about 145 grand.
145. You see, I'd more or less spend half the price and get the AP skeleton in my opinion. Let me see.
You could actually get the rose and the steel for the same price as that.
Yeah, there we go. I'd rather do that. Look at that. That is. They're both banging, to be fair, but me personally, I'd go with the AP just because of that thicker boy look. Yeah. And that as well.
Yeah. Do you know what these remind me of a little bit? It's like if you're wearing a suit every day. Yeah. Like it's an older gentleman's watch. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
So that is more.
I'd wear something like that for more formal meetings and more formal gatherings. If I'm going into a business deal that's gonna, hopefully return me about £1 million, I'm going in with that.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
That's good watches.
Or when you get married.
Yeah, well, we don't know about that one yet. You've got to find me a wife first, Daddy.
Inshallah.
But inshallah. Let's come on to this in a second. Before we do, I think it's been a good idea to see them watches. But I kind of want to understand your background, where you've come from and everything, you know, because you only got into this game 6 years ago, you said.
No, I've been doing the jewellery for about 12 years. When I first had the first shop with the fella in Sydney, it was about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Stopped doing it for a while. Started doing it again in 2016 when we opened Winston Jewellers. And then, so...
Okay, so you've been in it for a while then?
Yeah, I've been in it for a while. Yeah.
Bring that mic.
Sorry, mate. Keep moving back and forward.
So where does it all stem from you then? Before 12 years ago, how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 35.
35, so...
Well, I lied, I'm 37.
37, okay, so that would have been when you were 25 is when you started, yeah? So up until 25, what was you doing? Where did you grow up? What did life look like for you?
I was born in Lewisham.
Yep.
Grew up in Downham, which is like the outskirts of Lewisham. Just a poor kid, really. Yeah, I was actually one of the poorest kids on the estate. So yeah, holes in the trousers, holes in the tracksuit bottoms, that kid. So I've always done anything to make a bit of money. Do you know what I mean? I've had loads of different businesses, the vinyl wraps, absolutely anything.
But for cars and stuff?
Yeah,
so
I've done vinyl wraps for a while.
What was your first ever business? What was your first taste of money?
Probably washing the next door neighbour's car or something for a £5.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Good little hustle to keep it going.
So I used to do all things like that as a kid. Wash cars, go around cutting hedges. Yeah, anything to do to make a couple of pounds, really.
After that? What age was that you talking about anyway?
So there, I'm talking about a kid. 10 years old.
Okay,
12
young.
years old,
young. And then from there?
From there, just a bit of this, bit of that. Yeah.
Bit was okay. Okay, I understand, you know, what bit of this, bit of that means. How much of that can we go into?
Nothing really.
Okay, fair. Have your guesses in the comments below. Okay, so you done a bit of this, bit of that for how long?
Up until probably 10 years. Yeah, for 10 years.
Okay, you've done it for 10 years, so maybe up until your 20s?
25, yeah, about 25, yeah.
Okay, so 25 is basically when you've done the jewellery and then you'd stop bit of this, bit of that?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so you've had a, you know, experience of two sides of life, I suppose. Yeah. If you will. Okay, interesting. And now that you're in watches, how does it feel? I know it sounds like such a normal, usual question. Yeah. But how does it actually feel to be earning money in this sort of means as opposed to, you know?
I wish I knew it at the start. Because the amount of money I would have made doing something different, I never made the money I have done in straight money. Does that make sense? Even like now, I've got a few different businesses, so I do a bit of property, I do a bit of... But then again, you don't have the money until you do maybe cut a few corners to do other stuff. But I've made 10 times, 100 times more money straight than I ever did anything else.
So the reason why I ask is because I reckon there's going to be a lot of people who come in from the same sort of backgrounds as you, watching this podcast thinking, right, Danny's legit. I'm trying to get legit, you know, or maybe they're not even thinking about being legit. You know, what sort of things can they learn from you from that life to now in this life? Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think you have to find a balance to transition. No one really wants to transition because they don't want to give up money. Do you know what I mean? So normally when people try to go into a different line of business, they don't want to stop their first business because they don't want to just go turn the phones off, done. Which is what you have to do, because otherwise it's blurred. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you want to just cut it off and just crack on. That's it. Just forget that ever happened, forget that money was ever there, and just do what you're doing in the straight business.
So the problem I see with cracking on and trying to crack on and just switching off, it's going to be hard with the environments you're around, because obviously you would have made friendship circles within that time who are constantly going to be calling you out and trying to not intentionally drawing you out. That's what I'm saying.
Of course, I still get phone calls today, but you can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they're your real friends, they wouldn't want you to do it. Do you know what I mean? You got to say to them, bro, I'm cracking on straight now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like what are you getting me involved for?
So what was the reason again? You said you fell into watches and jewelry.
It was so basically someone owed me a bit of money. Yep. He was a jeweler. So, and I could see how much money he could make. He was making really good money, but he just had a gambling problem. He used to take a few drugs, things like that. Yep. So he wasn't a sensible man. So at the moment, I think it's 10 grand or something. It wasn't a great deal of money. And then I said to him, look, I'll come in on the shop and I'll babysit you and learn your trade at the same time.
Is this when you wanted to get out of that game?
I always wanted to get out of it. I never wanted to be in it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It was some people like that lifestyle and they talk about it like it's cool, but it ain't. It's horrible. It's all fake. It's all pretend, and it's like.
I want to understand this more, right?
Yeah.
You've never wanted to be in the game. How did you fall into that game? There's not a kid who just suddenly thinks, right, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So without obviously disclosing too much information of what it was or anything, how did you even fall into that route?
Well, I was a kid that had no money that wanted some money.
And that was it.
That was literally it.
And did you have people around you who were doing the same sort of thing that I suppose kind of helped you?
Not really, because you kind of like, we didn't, in my generation of around my era, we didn't have any older group of boys. I know a lot of people in London have an older group and a younger group. We didn't really have that. So we was kind of like just like scatty kids that were just out and about. So we kind of like took some ideas for some people. We usually see someone driving a nice car and think, what's he doing for money?
Yeah.
And then know what they do. And then you think, yeah, we can make some money that way.
What was family life like? Like, who did you grow up around?
So I got mum, stepdad, 5 brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So there's a few of us.
Yeah.
But we're all the same. We was all like...
All living in the same household?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you oldest or...?
No, I'm right in the middle.
Okay, you're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Older brothers?
Older brother, older sister, 2 younger brothers.
What were they on, if you don't mind me asking?
My brother was a bit up to stuff when he was younger, but he stopped that quick, found a wife and then behaved himself, and then he ain't done anything. He never been in prison or anything like that. Never got in any trouble.
So what age did you go inside then?
I first went to jail when I was 18. Literally 18. Went straight into fully grown man jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long for?
First sentence I done 2.5 years behind the door. So it was like 3 sentences in one.
Yeah.
So I got nicked with the first one was a fight.
Yep.
Someone got stabbed. So I got nicked, but no one got finished. So I got nicked. I got arrested for a knife. I got 6 months. A fray, 18 months. And then while I was in jail, I come out. I got bail for a little while. And my mate was left in jail, so I went up there and took him a bit of puff. Yeah. So I got nicked for that as well. Got another 6 months of that.
Shit, man. Do you regret giving him that puff?
Nah, it's just shaped who I am today, innit? It is what it is. I do regret it a bit because I don't get on with him no more. So that's like, it's a bit sore, but at the same time, I would do anything for my mates. You know what I mean?
You're an interesting character, Daddy. I must say that. But coming back to it, right? So, some guy, a jeweler, owed you 10 grand.
Yeah.
And then you thought you just work with him to learn the ropes?
Do you know what? I could see how much money he was making. Do you know what I mean? And I could see he weren't doing good with it because he was in and out. So, but I just see him as something to make money off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And so you got in there, and then you started working with him. When did you think to actually open your own stuff?
Do you know what? I don't do do you know, like a lot of people sit down and what's the word you used a minute ago? Manifested.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've never been one to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this in a certain amount of years, or I'm going to do that.
No. It's not even about like doing it in a certain amount of years. For example, like, I could be chilling around someone who's selling cars, or maybe helping them sell cars.
Yeah.
And there's one point, there's something going to click in my brain where it's like, okay, well, I could just do this myself. This is how much money I need.
Yeah.
Go and buy my first car. I'm going to go and sell it on. So if we had to look back at that point in your career, you're working with him this whole time. When did you think, I'm just going to do this myself?
Well, I didn't at that time because I was cracking on with him, and then that's when I went away for the second time. So that was quite long. I'd done 4 years
inside.
So that was like, it was a 6-year sentence, but I ended up doing 4 years out of it.
Yeah.
And then I come out, and then I come out with nothing again. So I was
fully broke.
Yeah. And then after about a year, because I was always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I started making a little bit of money again. Again, buying watches just for myself. And then I thought, I'm going to start selling these watches.
Let's come into this for a second, right? Let's see what you've got in here that I've got. In fact, before we do, I'll show you. I'll take my Rolex off in a second. Let me show you one of my other watches. This one is my first watch that I got, which is something sentimental. I'll never get rid of it. It's when I got my first 50k subscribers. It's nothing special, just a Tudor.
Nice. Yeah.
Cost me 3.3 at the time, I believe it was. Then when I got 100k, got myself this Datejust, which I showed you before.
Nice.
So we got that there. And then we've also got I say recent acquisition. Got this in last year. Dealer called me up saying I got this. Didn't want to deny it, obviously because it's from a dealer.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We'll get that in a second. Beautiful watch. Bimetal root beer. But as you would know the issue, can't wear gold. Right? For anyone wondering why we can't wear gold, men in Islam can't wear gold. So that's that. So anyway, it's just been sitting here, bro. And I bought it for the reason of I saw what those prices was like back in 2021.
Yeah.
Was 2021 bull run? Yeah, 2021. They were going for about 21 bags for root beer. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll get for 13.6. Let's hope that on the next bull run I can make some money on it. So it's still potential that I could make some money on it. However, there's no point when I can't even wear it in the first place.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? Let's see if we can come to a deal on this.
Yeah.
See what we got in there, and take it from there, I suppose.
So at 13.6 today, you're not going to make that money from it.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
So
yeah,
you're going to lose a little bit of money.
Yeah, of course.
But we'll look after you.
Yeah.
So we'll sort it out. Let's have a look at it. What year was it? 21, did you say?
23.
Oh, 23.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Right, let me show you what we got. You said you wanted the still sports model, yeah? You actually mentioned sub.
I mentioned sub, yeah.
Why did you mention sub?
I like the shape of a sub. I've been wearing the Tudor a lot. Obviously, I know it's not sub, but it's more or less the same sort of shape.
Yeah, definitely.
So
because you said sub, I bought GMTs and subs.
Okay, perfect.
We also mentioned AP, so I bought an AP for you to look at as well, if we can upsell you.
Yeah. So what we got here? Let's go in order.
So first of all, we got the stainless steel sub. Date 2024, so it's a 41 mil, new model, brand new. Next year we got the Hulk, discontinued model, very good watch.
What year?
That one is, I think it's an undated card.
Okay, yeah.
So they was discontinued 2020, I believe. AP, you're a fan of AP, so that one makes you happy. Pepsi on the Jubilee.
See, we were speaking about me getting a Pepsi earlier, and I love a Pepsi. But I wouldn't want to watch the same colorway as my Tudor. I know it's two completely different things, but you know, it's still going to be the same in my eyes.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, we got the couple of sprites, isn't it?
Yeah. Batman. Again, Oyster, Batman, Jubilee. They call it the Batgirl. And then the Sprite Jubilee and the Sprite Oyster.
See, the only thing. Do you mind if I grab the watches?
Mate. One of them's going to be yours in a minute.
The only thing I find with Batman or Batgirl, should I say, is on the Jubilee bracelet. I suppose this goes with all Jubilee bracelets eventually. Is they eventually lose a bit of sway and get a bit dangly in the bracelet. Am I right? So that's
the older models.
Yeah, older models. Yeah.
So these newer bracelets, they're quite good. They're solid, so they don't really get a lot of jangle on them.
Yeah.
So more typically, the gold and the platinums, they start, even the modern ones start to go. But stainless steel Jubilee shouldn't really sag unless it gets a bad treatment. If you're a builder and you wear it to work, then it's going to sag.
Let's see this AP.
That's the first one, yeah.
That's the first one we're going to look at. AP does come different. Oh wait, it's a different thing, a different design from Rolex, obviously. Okay, we need to take a few links off.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that is nice. I feel solid on the wrist as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So, do you know the thing with Islam is we can either go straight stainless steel, which is the lower end, or just straight platinum, which is the top of the top.
What are we saving that for? 1 million subs.
Yeah, we're saving that for 1 million subs. Yeah, we're going to get exactly what you got on there right now. So you got a day-date platinum on there, yeah? With a baguette dial.
Platinum day-date, TBR, which just means it's a baguette diamond dial with the Arabic.
I can't press the thing to undo it.
Stickers in there.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Move that out of the way. We'll put it off, take it off if you want. Put another one on.
Yeah, see the weight of this and everything. 1010, you showed me this off camera before, but that is stunning. And I was saying to you as well, I love Arabic dial. What I would want, I love the green dial, but I would love to get the Tiffany blue dial with Arabic lettering.
Yeah,
that would be elite.
Yeah,
or a platinum Daytona, which
is the ice blue. They call it in Rolex.
The ice blue, is it?
Yeah,
okay,
the Tiffany's more of a Patek Fin.
Yeah.
They do a lot of collabs.
So yeah, chat to me. What's the price of everything here right now?
Let's first of all decide which one you want to go for. Which one do you like the look of? You did mention a sub, but if you are going to get a sub, go for the Hulk. Because it's got more room for investment. It stands out a bit more. These are probably one of Rolex's most produced watches.
The only reason why I'd say no to this is just because it's so common as well.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so try the Hulk on.
So the Hulk's nice, but at the same time, don't you think it looks a bit dated or no?
I understand.
It's been around for ages.
It's been around for a while, yeah, but it does a lot better than the Kermit, the new version.
Yeah, of course. In terms of, that's you literally you couldn't make this up. This fits like my wrist like a glove. So.
And normally when that happens, that's the watch people end up buying.
Oh, don't say that, Daddy.
I think it looks good on you. I don't think it looks dated at all.
What are you saying? Hulk? Yeah, looks good. And then
it's got a smile about the Hulk. Yeah.
No, the Hulk's nice. Definitely. I'll give you a story, right? Back in 2017, I went to Morocco with my cousins for a stag. We all bought Hulks, and of course, I had a fake Hulk as well. So this is, I suppose, and I lost that on the plane. I suppose it was a sign from God to say, stop wearing fake shit, or don't wear fake shit. And here it is, the real one, making my way back in this life somehow.
Yeah.
So that could be a good PR story right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. What else we got there? So
we got, you don't like the Pepsis because obviously, let's get rid of that.
Batman. Hulk, Batman. I'd say Batman's nice. I think I do prefer. What you got? You got Jubilee, isn't it? Yeah, you got Batgirl.
Yeah.
I definitely do like Oysters more than Jubilee.
Yeah.
So that's an option.
So I didn't know that. I didn't want to ask you because I wanted the.
Yeah.
The
And
to
are
be
there two
proper.
Sprites there? Yeah.
Yeah, the
One
Sprite.
Jubilee, one
Yeah.
Oyster.
So do you say you prefer the Oyster or the Jubilee? The Oyster.
Oyster.
Yeah.
Oyster. Yeah.
Let's have a look at that. Very good watch.
What's your opinions on the crown on the left side?
Confuses the life out of me. Like, every time I look at one, I think it's upside down.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I'll be wearing it like that.
But it could be a very good fit. If they discontinue that soon, then it's going to be a valuable watch. It's going to go up because it's you want to look for, when you're looking for a watch, you want to look for how many are produced, how hard it is to get from retail, how many people like it. So a watch like a titanium Yachtmaster might be very hard to get from retail, but not a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
So you want to press all the buttons. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is a watch where it's not overly produced, but they do seem to do really well.
What watches for the audience watching this right now? What watch or what? Yeah, any watch, Rolex, AP, whatever the case is. What watch do you think is one of the worst to buy right now in terms
Worst?
of yeah,
What brand?
yeah, or any specific make model?
My Hublot. Stay away from Hublot.
You sound like Nico Leonard.
Yeah, Hublot's terrible, mate.
You're not selling
Terrible
Hublot at all, or
Nah, we don't even touch them.
just because what is it with Hublot? Why is it that people hate
Some
it?
of them are like 20, 30 grand retail. And we
Is
end
it
up
just the
selling them
movement on it
for
is shit, or
£2
they just look shit?
I generally don't know.
Yeah.
I generally don't know.
Okay, so they're just not great for investment.
Yeah, stick with Rolex. Rolex, you're always going to be all right. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
fluctuate the least because obviously, like you said, in the boom, they flew up and they come down obviously, but they're still up from what they was before. A lot of them.
Yeah.
So
we mentioned this just briefly before, right? So like I said, this root beer here at one point was worth about 21k. Yeah.
exactly that. Yeah.
That was during the crypto bull run.
Yeah.
Now there's a bull run that's pending. That's going to happen right now. I think we're all-time high of Bitcoin at the time of this recording this podcast.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what do you think is going to happen to the watch market? Do you think it's going to go up as well?
Yeah. It all goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand, but I also saw it in a way of, the watches went up in crypto and then they've come back down hard. Day-dates went up to 70, 80k, I think, for the olive one.
Yeah.
I'm in the opinion of once the bull run happens again, our watches are going to do that because people know it's going to come straight back down.
Yeah.
So do you think they're still going to go up?
I don't. The watches always go up. So even forget the bull runs even existed.
Yeah.
Since the 50s, if you let's look at that. This Zenith Movement Gold. This watch was 1991.
Yeah.
Retail at the time was probably 18 grand.
Yeah.
It's now 85 grand watch.
Yeah. No.
So, and that's nothing to do with no bull runs, nothing to do with nothing. It's just watches got their own market. So if you look to this watch, stainless steel Zenith Movement, there's ones with a dial called a Paul Newman dial. That watch retailed at 950 grand. It's now 500 grand watch. They've always, do you know what I mean? Watches always slowly. The only thing that happened is when a bull run comes, it unnaturally jumps. So that's when you have a crash. But before that bull run in 2021, there was no, and it was COVID as well. So it wasn't just a bull run, it was a crypto bull run. Rolex stopped producing Rolexes. People were getting back loans and having fun with the government's money. So there's a lot of things that go into it.
A lot of people doing that.
Exactly.
Quick question: all these come with what, box and papers or
everything? Yeah, everything. We don't like to really stock watches without box and papers. We do now and again get them in, but they're cheap and then they mainly go quick because they're cheap.
Okay, cool. So where do we start in terms of price? I suppose let's talk about the Batman, the Hulk, and the AP for now.
Right. So the AP, I'm going to tell you what it's in the window for. Yeah. Is 27.5. Yeah, just under 27.5.
How much is the AP? You know the one where it's got the dials in the middle of it as well?
The chrono.
Yeah.
About the same kind of money to us at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah, about the same money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all to do with the colour of the dial. It's different. So if it's a white chrono, mate, I might be able to get you one a little bit cheaper than a white chrono because it's not that much a desirable watch.
Yeah.
So if you go for like a blue dial, jumps up a bit, grey dial jumps up a bit, black dial. So the white dial is the lowest of the dials. And then they all jump up a couple of grand each.
The white chrono is definitely something of interest. See, that AP is nice. The only thing, I think I screenshot it from your profile earlier, maybe. That white AP is nice, but it's just the face is just a touch plain. But then I can't really talk because that watch there is plain as well. But yeah, just because the chrono's got a bit more going on the actual dial as well on the face, it might look a bit better. And you're saying that's roughly around the same sort of price as that.
Same kind of money, yeah.
Okay,
maybe a little bit cheaper.
And then in terms of these rollies,
right? So the Batman is up for 10,500.
Okay, yeah.
So you'll be getting some money back with your watch.
Yep. What year is that?
The Hulk, it's an older model. So I don't know if you want an older model or a newer model.
For the Batman or the Hulk?
The Batman.
What year are you talking?
It's a 2015.
Okay, all right. Just to keep.
I have got a new one coming in tomorrow though, 2024.
Yeah.
So that one is costing me. I'm not going to tell you that. It is. I'll tell you what I'll sell it to you for. That one I can sell to you for about 11.5.
And that one's
2024. That one's 10.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I'd rather pay bag and a half more and get the 2024.
So it's a grand more. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 24. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. The Hulk is 15 grand.
What year?
Undated card.
Okay, you said
yeah. Some people like that when it's a collectible watch because it's, it's not been.
But undated card, wouldn't say there's almost a bit. I wouldn't say risk, but I mean, you literally have no history on what the watch is, what year it was produced, and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah. You can. I mean, you can go into Rolex and find out if you needed to.
So this one, I'm assuming, doesn't come with box and papers.
Yeah, box and papers, but just they didn't date the card. They didn't write a name on it.
Oh, okay. So that was from Rolex itself.
That's from Rolex themselves. They didn't write a name on it. Yeah.
Understand. Okay, and then you obviously just the AP is that as well.
AP is.
So for me, just to show the audience, for me, it's out of a Hulk or Batman. By the time this episode comes out, I probably would have bought one. What are we saying, boys? Batman or Hulk?
They're both nice watches. I was going to say the AP.
Go on. No, it's Pepsi. Pepsi's a very nice watch. Let me pull out the Pepsi as well.
Pepsi's a very nice looking watch.
It's a very nice watch, but like I know it's complete. As I said, I know it's completely different from the Tudor. It's just I've got a watch with this color scheme already. So, huh?
The Apple watch is that color scheme as well.
Yeah, there we go, mate. So now we're gonna have three of the same color. I would 100% get an AP a Pepsi in the future, but after I get a different range of colors like a Batman or a Hulk or something, and then eventually come to a Pepsi on this. So you said 10 for that, 15 for that, 27 for that. I think if I was going for AP, 27 would have to be a chrono. But yeah, no, everything. And if I was getting a Batman,
Let me show
I'd wait for you.
Good about my job.
Go on.
So we're in we have trade groups.
Yep.
Watch trade groups. So whenever anyone wants a watch, we can literally go.
Just right in here. I want this right now. Who's got it? Yeah.
Or I just type in search.
Yeah.
The model of the watch, and they all come up.
Yeah.
Who's got what for sale all over the world?
Yeah. So then, what would you price the root beer at? As mentioned before, I bought it for 13.6.
Yeah.
What are we saying?
At the moment, we sell them for about 13.5. So we'll be looking to pay about 12.5 for it.
Okay, understood.
So on a part exchange, we pay a bit more.
Yeah.
We'll give you 13 grand.
Okay, sweet. And then just out of curiosity, I wasn't looking to sell this watch anyway.
Yeah.
But what would this date just be worth?
So it's got a good dial in it. So you've got the Zuru dial in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, what year was that again?
I generally can't remember. I think I want to say 23.
23. So it's a newer card.
Yeah.
Yes. As long as it's a newer card, it don't really make much of a difference. I'm going to say we value that today. We would probably want to pay 7.5 for that.
How much should I pay? Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So
Why is that? Is that just how much would you sell it for? Out of curiosity.
About 8.5. We're on about £1,000 a watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so date justices are generally quite down right now.
Date just are slow selling stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow selling stock.
So I thought it would have been opposite around. I thought it would have been date just or bread and butter.
Yeah.
And these are slow selling
These
stock,
are bread and butter.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are still models, sports models. We go through at least one a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your sort of like clientele? Like on the whole time you've been doing business?
Yeah.
What's your average clientele look like?
Well, we got all different, really. We I don't know how to describe my clientele, really.
Okay, so if someone comes and books an appointment, right?
Yeah.
How many watches do they buy roughly?
No, people don't usually come in for 2 or 3 watches at a time. It's normally one at a time.
But is it always the same repeated client?
Yeah.
And they're just constantly purchasing watches or something?
Most of the time, once people shop with us, they always come back to us.
Yeah.
We build up like a relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what do you think that's come down to in your experience? Is it customer service? Is it
I think
making
it's
sure they
customer
will have a good
service.
time?
We just do who we are there. Do you know what I mean? We don't like do the 116285.
Yeah.
Rolex. Do you know what I mean? We're not. We just say like, you want to still sub, sweet. Have a still sub.
It's just easy going, basically.
It's easy, it's sweet. It's just like you're not getting no. If any people can trust us because we've been going a long time. Do you know what I mean? So they know we ain't pulling certain tricks and things like that. So
Well, I think off the top of my head, I would say either Hulk or the Batman.
Yeah.
I'm more inclined to say the Batman 24 one. And I think even to make it more interesting, coming down to your actual showroom, maybe sometime this week or next week, and getting it, basically. And I think we can make a vlog off the back of that as well, which would be quite cool.
Yeah.
What's this here? This is my watch.
If you come
Yeah,
to the
that's my
showroom, we can bring some real special ones out.
Yeah, no,
Get a couple of
definitely.
RMs out and that.
Yeah. What's your favourite watch of all time?
I think it'll have to be, if I had to wear one watch every day, it'd be a Platinum Daytona, where Baguette dial.
Yeah.
But favourite watch to think, oh yeah, that's nice, would be a Bubba Watson Richard Mille
Really?
Dark Knight, carbon. When you got that on, it's like you feel like a Power Ranger.
Have you worn that before and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
I had one before.
Yeah, that one. That one is sick. I know. I remember one time I done a podcast with Chrono Adam.
Yeah.
With his, he gave me an RM to watch or to wear on the podcast. Sorry, and I thought that felt sick and everything like that. I want to bring it slightly back down to business, all right? So as we said, you've been going for pretty much 12 years now, yeah? In the whole time of you doing business, what's the most important thing you had learned? And this is going to be an interesting answer, right? Because I suppose 12 years of legitimate business, but you've also done other stuff as well. So in your whole time of business in general, what's the most important thing you learned?
Fly straight. You have to fly straight. You have to, like, if there's something that feels a bit funny, say it. Just say, look, this feels a bit funny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fly straight. Be honest with people. Do you know what I mean? Don't always think, let me get it. Let me be too hungry for it. Do you know what I mean? Just fly straight, and most of the time it works out. It works out right.
Okay. I'm interested to know and how much you want to go into this, right? Obviously, you're a revert, right? When did you revert?
About 3 years ago.
Let's get into this whole story because I know this is a business podcast at the end of the day, but I can't help but talk about revert stories. I love them. I think it's so fascinating, and there's probably a whole lot of people watching this right now who look into Islam and just haven't taken the Shahada yet. So let's talk about this, Danny. How did Islam stumble across you? Tell me about from the beginning.
So I stumbled across Islam when a couple of my pals took Shahada. Yeah. And I grew up Christian. Yep. I grew up going to church.
Yep. Quite a strict Christian?
Nah, not strict at all. Christians ain't strict, are they?
Well, I suppose they are, isn't it? Yeah.
Not English ones. You know what I mean, like Orthodox are. Yeah. So I was a Christian. A couple of my pals started reverting. They started reverting the same kind of time I went to prison. Yep. So.
Oh, so they weren't in prison?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously, some couple of them was in prison that was reverting, but actually funny, most of my pals that went to prison never did revert, and I think that's because of the little man syndrome side of it, because a lot of people revert in prison. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, to be the part of the gang. Yeah. So I first read the Quran in prison, but it wasn't to jump on bandwagon. It was
but what made you read the Quran?
I wanted to find faults in the Quran to say to the people taking a Shahada, you're a fool. This is wrong. So this is wrong.
You was on the anti-Islam.
Anti-Islam. Completely anti. We can't do this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's a foreign god. Do you know what I mean? Which don't make any sense. Because God created the earth, not looking. Yeah. So you
read it, and in your search of trying to find the flaws within Islam, what did you find?
Not one flaw, which was annoying.
But then, were you being honest to yourself, thinking, this book's perfect, or were you making in your head thinking?
No, I was honest to myself. Yeah. I said to myself straight away, as soon as I read the Quran the first time, I was in a situation where I didn't have no telly for 4 weeks. So I read it then. And then certain passages in the Quran where I kept going back to, do you know what I mean? And I kept thinking Jesus, like I kept going back to Jesus, obviously as a Christian. Yeah. And seeing his lifestyle, Mary, the situations there, and how it was so similar to Christianity, but just without the glamorization which Christianity brings. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It was more like, well, that makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I read it in full in them 4 weeks, and then kept looking at it. But with myself, I thought, well, this makes sense of everything, because it don't just make sense of a religion. It makes sense of life. Does that make sense? So it was like, it's got, when it comes to things like, do you believe in ghosts? We've got that in there. We call them jinn. Yeah. So fortune tellers. Well, we got that in there as well. Do you know what I mean? Magic. It's like, there's not nothing that's not in there. Do you know what I mean? From how life was created to anything really, to business. Do you know what I mean? To how you conduct business, literally to how you go around business, everything.
But before reading the Quran, did you have any idea about Islam, what it was about and stuff?
Not really. No? Not really. No. So obviously, I think I had quite a bad perception of it because of maybe prison. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So people like to say cool words, don't they, rather than follow the religion. Do you know what I mean?
When you read it in prison, can you remember a specific chapter or a specific verse that you remember that actually caught your eye and thought, hold on a second, this has got some truth to it?
I think the whole thing, mate. I don't think there was one specific thing. It was just like reading, and just makes you want to read more, and then always seek knowledge. You know what I mean? That's actually, I don't know if that's a hadith or in Quran.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
We always have to seek knowledge. Yeah. So that's something that always finishes up, because it doesn't just say do one thing. It just says keep seeking. Do you know what I mean? Keep looking for knowledge.
So then, growing up a Christian, and then looking into Islam, as you mentioned there, there's a lot of similarities between Christianity and Islam. The main thing being Jesus, we consider him to be a prophet, and Christians consider him to be God / the Holy Trinity, right? So that being your belief from the beginning, as you're now reading the Quran and it's saying Jesus is a prophet, what was your thoughts towards that?
It just made sense instantly.
How? But because what I'm trying to say is you've been, what age was it when you read the Quran? 25-ish?
No, a bit younger, so I was still in prison, so maybe 22.
Okay, 22. So for 22 years of your life, you'd grown up, believing Jesus is God.
Yeah.
And now reading a book,
yeah,
the Quran, saying that Jesus is a prophet. How does someone just instantly switch the mindset?
They've always got it in their head. I call it intuition. Everyone's got intuition of God and the truth. So people always look for the truth. So even sitting in church, Danny as a child, I would have been sitting there thinking, what do you mean God ate? What do you mean God bled? Do you know what I mean? Them questions is your intuition. Keep questioning them questions, because how can a creator, like we don't see God how a Christian will see God.
Yeah.
It says in the Bible, I think the verse is, God created us in his image. We don't believe that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as it dumbs it down, in my opinion, I'm going to get a lot of stick for this, innit?
No, I think it's good, bro.
By a Christian, innit?
No, it's good, though. But bro, I genuinely think you'll have a lot of people watching this podcast right now who are interested in Islam, just ain't taking it.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of people I've had on the podcast.
That's another thing that happens to you. So I didn't take my Shahada for 12 years.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't take it for 12 years because, and this is what happens now, because I speak to a lot of people, and a lot of people ask me questions, and alhamdulillah, a lot of people have reverted after asking some questions.
Yeah.
I had a friend, Juki, he was in prison for years, same thing, drawn to Islam, really interested in it, but just the saying in his head was saying, shaitan in your ear, finding excuses. Don't do it. Don't be disloyal. That's what I had in my ear for 12 years. Don't be disloyal to Christianity. Yeah. Don't do this. Don't do that. Do you know what I mean? That's a foreign God. All that mad talk.
So you've read the Quran now. You've understood that it's the truth. You've seen people around you take their Shahada, but you still waited 12 years. Now, there's no judgment towards that or anything like that. And as you said, it is the shaitan. You're correct. Yeah. Saying to you, don't revert, don't revert, don't revert. But surely there's a point in that 12 years of you thinking, I've just got to do it.
100%.
And it just
took me 12 years.
Just took you 12 years. No, fair.
Because in your head, even as a Muslim, do you know what I mean? You always feel, I've got time to repent. So you might still do some bad stuff, but you feel like you've always got time, but you haven't. Do you know what I mean? God knows what's going to happen when I walk out this door.
Literally, yeah. I say this to everyone all the time. You don't know what's going to happen around the corner.
But we're humans. So and as humans, we're quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
invincible. You think you're invincible. You think you control everything in your life.
We contradict our own common sense humans. Do you know what I mean? So we're very, what's the word? Monarchic?
Mr. English, you would know the word.
Monarchic. What is that? Like a hypocrite. Yeah. Humans are hypocrites. Yeah. My father is like a hypocrite traitor, innit? It's a bit more serious than actually a hypocrite. But we're hypocritical humans. I say I love my child, but I go and do a wheelie on 100 miles per hour on my motorbike. Do you know what I mean? So if I love my child that much, I ain't going to risk his dad dying, am I? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, we're very hypocritical, and I was even more hypocritical when it comes to the religion. So because I knew it for the truth, and I just for the reasons, whether it's ego or shaitan in my ear, it just didn't want me to actually take that step. And that's what a lot of people that are looking into Islam get. Oh, don't take your Shahada yet. And this is the excuses they come out with every time, which I was saying as well. I'll become a Muslim when I'm ready to be completely 100%.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? How many times you hear that?
Yeah.
Like,
all the time.
when I become Muslim, like, you feel like you're just going to wear a thobe every day. Do you know what I mean? You're just going to do nothing wrong. Just walk around in wudu every time. Do you know what I mean?
I've got a guy, one of my friends who's come on the podcast as well, right? Chinese fella. And he's been looking into Islam. He knows it's the truth. He's just literally his thing. He always says to me is, but I'm still a sinner. I still drink my whiskey. I still smoke and stuff like that.
So are you.
I say to him,
I'm not revealing your sins, but we've all got them.
Bro, everyone sins. At the end of the day, God loves to sin. God knows we're gonna sin. You know, just do Shahada, and then you're basically a fresh slate.
Exactly.
And then you're better off dying as a Muslim
100%
than anything else. I'll tell you another story. In fact, so last week I went to go get a trim, and just by chance, there's a guy who's recognised me. So he's come up to me telling me about his life, etc., saying that he rates the podcast, so on and so forth. And then he was saying, "Oh, bro, do you know what? Life's been going downhill. Whenever I drink, whenever I smoke, life goes downhill. And I was like, bro, you know what? You know when you do haram, that's what's gonna happen. He goes, yeah, but I'm not even Muslim. I was like, what? Because this guy looks like a Pakistani guy.
Yeah.
Got into it anyway. He was a Sikh guy and stuff, and basically he's like, yeah, been looking into Islam, just haven't taken my shahada. Took him outside and I was like, bro, look, this the only thing that's stopping you right now. You know it's the truth or anything. It's the shaitan. It's either now or never. You can't tell me that I've been brought to the barber shop at 12 p.m. to get my hair cut and you're here at the same time thinking about Islam.
Yeah.
It's meant to happen right now.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, he took his shahada there and then, bro. But I think that's the thing. Exactly as you're saying, though. The main thing is for people who stop and reverting, even though they know it's the truth, is shaitan himself.
Well, the surah's there. All the signs are there. Just if you see them or not. Do you know what I mean? All the signs are there.
Yeah.
So, and these signs come. But sometimes we choose to ignore them, whether it's our own ego or it's shaitan in our ear rolls.
There's a lot of people who are who are not Muslim, but they still live their life according to Islam.
100%.
Yeah. So after reading the Quran, in that 12 years, were you living according to the scripture of Islam?
No. So no, I wouldn't say I was. No, I was trying to implement things. Such as I stopped eating pork so much, but that was because I everything that says don't do, I looked into it a little bit more. So alcohol, for instance, I still drunk alcohol now and again, but I looked into why we shouldn't drink alcohol. So I always want scientific facts to go along with it, so I'm not blindly led. Do you know what I mean? So alcohol's poison. Pork is full of parasites. Do you know what I mean? It's got no nutritional value. Yeah. It's horrible. Do you know what I mean?
You know the thing I heard about alcohol, right? This is probably just a play on words here. The fact that it's called spirits. Yeah. Devil's name pretty much. Bring the spirits out of you. Yeah, it does. Which is crazy. Yeah. Pork, obviously, I've never eaten, so I don't know the nutritional values about that. Yeah. But yeah, so that whole transition, did you find it hard, easy? What was it like?
Not really. So like when you become a Muslim, a lot of people bring up the easy stuff. Do you know what I mean? They bring up the pork, the alcohol stuff like that. To me, that's kind of stuff's easy. It's easy to drop that out. It's the other stuff that you find harder. The lowering your gaze. You're very good at that. But lowering your gaze, it's like your mouth. Your mouth creates most of your sins. I swear, I probably swore 3 times on this podcast. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still creating sins. Do you know what I mean? But it's just about trying to be the best human being you can be. It's not about being the best human you can be. It's about trying to be. God wants us to repent. He wants us to ask stuff of him.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
No, you're right, bro. You're right, and I love the journey, man. And how you find it in Islam? You said you've been a Muslim now officially for 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Since you reverted, did you feel any sense of relief or like?
It's the minute you take shahada, and your friend who's thinking about it, or anyone that's thinking about it, the minute you do it, and this is again, I've had 20 odd people take their shahada that I've come and witnessed their shahadas. They say exactly the same thing. You literally feel like
a fresh baby.
Fresh, like you take a deep breath, and it's like the weight of the world's lifted off your shoulder.
Yeah.
The way I sleep at night now to the way I slept before. Do you know what I mean? Even as a Christian, I'm still God-fearing. I sit there and I toss and turn at night. I think about stuff. Now it's in God's hands. I pray before I go to bed, and then I go to bed. My head hits the pillar. I'm out.
No, alhamdulillah, bro. Alhamdulillah. You can see life's a lot more peaceful like that, man.
It is peace. It literally brings peace.
Alhamdulillah. It's like a life hack. Pretty much.
Literally is a life hack. Yeah. You're going to be healthy. Yeah. And this is a mad thing that we hear because we have some people that start saying this. A friend of mine, Alfie, when he took his shahada, he got a message from
Alfie Best.
Yeah, Alfie Best. Yeah. He took his shahada. He got a message from some well-known racist geezer, basically. And he said to him, "What's happened to you?"
Did you say a well-known racist geezer?
Yeah, Tommy Robinson.
Oh.
So yeah. So basically, messaged him saying, "You've been brainwashed. What's happened to you?"
Yeah.
Bro, who's been brainwashed? Alfie ain't drinking no more.
Yeah.
He ain't sleeping around. Do you know what I mean? He ain't investing in interest. Do you know what I mean? Which ruins people's lives.
He don't even wear gold
anymore. Do you know what I mean?
anymore.
He don't wear gold no more.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the people that may have been brainwashed by our school system are sleeping around. Do you know what I mean? Mate, I picked up my daughter was going to go to a school near her school. I moved her school, and I got outside that school, and there's year 7s in there that have rolled up their skirts, got fake eyelashes on, and fake tan on. Yeah, they're gonna go to that school their whole life. They're gonna get a job in that area. They're gonna work for someone else, and then they're probably gonna have about 8 children. Do you know what I mean? Drink alcohol, smoke. But who's been brainwashed here? Their biggest achievement in life for most people, it sounds quite negative, yeah, but is to mortgage a house. But what are you happy about? Do you know what I mean? You've bought a debt. Do you know what I mean? Like you haven't bought a bit of land and built for your family, which how we should do it. Do you know what I mean? How our government should help us to do it. Our government don't want us to do that. They want us to keep investing in their interests, so their big greedy bankers earn all the money. But no one wins in that situation. So like when people are putting on Instagram, little kitties, we bought our first house. You bought a debt. That's so bad for you. Do you know what I mean? You're just earning someone else so much money. But nowadays it's all we can do because like we're too far gone. Do you know what I mean? So obviously you have to take your pleasures from this life, and you have to be happy that you've got some kind of security for your family, but it's just debt and horrible. There's nothing goodness that can come out of that.
Yeah. You mentioned before, that when you were reading the Quran, you obviously understood the principles about, halal income versus haram income. At that point there, when you were reading it, is that when you kind of kicked in where you wanted to, as you I know you already said that you wanted to switch, you never wanted to be in that life, but did it almost just like, make it even more clear to get off this path and get clean? Or
look, if I'm honest, no, it gave me a conscience off it. Yeah. So before, my whole life I've been doing dodgy stuff and thinking everything's okay about it, not even thinking this is bad. Never. But once I understood Islam, I realised bad from wrong. So even though I still did it, I had a consciousness I was doing wrong. So say like I stole out of a petrol station before Islam, there was no finny. If after reading the Quran, obviously not taking Shahada, maybe I steal a Nutri-Grain bar at a petrol station, I'd feel, that's someone's money I've just stole. Does that make sense? It just give me a consciousness, which I never had.
No, right, bro, right. How do you want your children to grow up?
They have to be Muslim.
Understood, they have to be Muslim, but I mean, like.
Yeah, well, look, I'm very relaxed with my children. I don't force anything on them, because I don't want them to experience Islam like a lot of people have, and I have this conversation a lot with people as well. Do you know, like, people say I'm lucky as a revert, because I got to experience Islam for myself, and not just giving it. But I don't believe that. I believe that even you yourself, like, your parents might have forced Islam on you a little bit and told you, Vinny, but you still have to discover it for yourself, because your mum can tell you every day, don't do this, don't do that, this is this, this is that, but until you discover it yourself, you're just going to think, oh, mum's moaning. Do you know what I mean?
In my experience, and maybe even my friends who are here as well, it's not so much as our parents are forcing us upon Islam. I think naturally, obviously, we're born Muslim, we grow up around Islam, we grow up around the way of life of Islam, and then obviously as you get older, you start going to Jummah of your boys, or you start going Jummah of your parents, and just learning more about Islam, and then it becomes, after you hit your puberty age, is when you actually have to start praying and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily like forced upon us. I think it's just we're born day one with Islam in our household, and we know exactly what's what. So when we look at it in a revert's perspective, it's like they get to learn so much later on in life, and it's a beautiful thing to see, because it's not a they weren't born into it, basically. It's a choice they made, so it's always great to see that.
But this is where we disagree, because it's a choice you made too. So your mum and dad can tell you anything, and they can tell you everything, and you've listened to it. But today, we just prayed together a second ago. Your mum and dad ain't here to tell you to pray today, so you made that choice to pray with me.
Yeah.
So 100%. You still make the same choices. So you still got the same discovery in Islam as well. So your parents can tell you every day Muhammad was the last messenger, but until you fully understand why he was the last messenger, how much of a pure man he was, how much of a decent man he was, and you understand that for yourself, you want to be more like him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, facts. You're right. I think that's something people go in their own journey later on in life at some point. Yeah,
100%.
No, you're right, man. You're right. Well, Danny, what else can people learn from you, man? And in fact, here's a question actually, because you mentioned in the beginning that you dabble into property, right? So how you dabble into property? When we just spoke about the whole interest side of things, buying debt, etc. So what are you doing exactly?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm in a good position where I can
straight cash.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Cash and bits, and So we do a lot abroad as well. Dubai, I'm a resident in Dubai, so I do a bit out there. So interest-free mortgages, interest-free loans out there. It's a country that really wants to help you get on. It really wants to help you. You give 3 months' wages out there into your bank, and they'll give you a 10 times loan on that interest-free. So you earn 10 grand a month, you're getting yourself 100 grand interest-free loan. How can you not make money with that?
So why are you not out there? Here's my question.
Family. Like you said, I got 4 kids. Yeah, 4 kids.
But all of young age, alhamdulillah. So you
my daughter's 12. I've got a 9-year-old and then 2 babies.
Yeah, you could take them out there, no?
Yes and no, but they're in their school. They're doing their school and that. So
a business like this is great because it's something you could take anywhere.
Yes.
And if anything, in Dubai, it probably maybe you'll be able to sell a lot more, I reckon, because of the type of clientele you got there. I know a whole lot of people, resellers, jewelers, etc., watch dealers who have literally picked up the business from the UK and taken it out there. A, because of tax, but B, because it's so much more of a better lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's just waiting for family and stuff like that.
Well, it's waiting for the 2 older kids to get older. Do you know what I mean? So at the moment, I feel like I need to have a good presence in their life to
of course,
to help them, to guide them.
No, but I mean, like, you could take your whole family there, no?
The 2 from the previous marriage.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah. So Oh, okay. Now that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. No, fairs, bro. Fairs. Anything else you mention on the podcast? Anything like that? No.
I'm good.
Well, Danny, I want to thank you for your time, bro.
brother.
I think it's been great time to have
What
you
watch
on.
did you buy, bro?
I think I'm still deciding in my head, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the 24 that.
Yeah, that's coming tomorrow. I literally just got off the phone to the fella, so that'll be dated tomorrow as well.
That'll be dated tomorrow. Oh, so literally no one's owned it before, nothing like that.
No one's owned it before. The geezer's going to pick it up and bring it straight to me. We won't show the serial though in the vlog.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
getting barred.
Yeah, not bad, mate, not bad. Yeah, so okay, so that's an interesting point. Now that you mentioned it, yeah. So obviously the whole rule of thumb is you buy a watch from Rolex, you're not meant to be selling it, right? Because they'll just bar that for warranty and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you do it in a way where I can buy this Hulk, for example, because it's in my hand, and still take it to Rolex if I had any issues?
That could cause a problem. I mean, not for you. So it caused a problem for
the person who bought it.
That bought it from the
Yeah,
AD.
of
So
course.
they will get their self barred.
Yeah.
So normally when it's someone getting like a flipper, we call them, someone that's getting it from an AD, we'd like to sell it to someone. We can say, look, if you need to take it back to Rolex, let me take it for you. So we just like, but then you're not getting a better deal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. No, interesting. Well, Danny, I want to thank you for coming on. If people want to find you, where can they do so?
The Secret Garden Jewelers.
Yep.
Danny the Jeweler.
Anything else? Danny Jeweler on what? Instagram, TikTok, the whole lot?
Instagram, TikTok, the lot.
Yeah. All right, cool. And following this, we're going to have actually a vlog where we're going to the Secret Garden. So make sure you click the link in the description. You'll find everything you need to know. Until then, I'll catch you on the next episode of CEOCAST. Peace.